Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday afternoon. I had to figure out what time it was, excuse me. Welcome to Uplifted Words with Mr. Anderson. How you guys doing today? I pray you guys having a blessed day today. Today is such a beautiful day. Go out, walk your pets, walk the park, do something. It's such a gorgeous day on this Saturday. It's hard to believe that it's fall, but it's so beautiful. So today we're going to talk about something that most of you don't know. Back in January of 2020, my wife Yasmin Anderson had passed away on the 10th of January. On that particular day was something that I was not prepared for, which I know you never prepare for death, but that was so unexpected. I was not able to process it at the time. But going back to that day, we were taking care of some business, and she began to have breathing problems. She couldn't breathe or catch her breath. Called an ambulance, got her to the hospital. They did what they could to bring her back, but she had what they had. Most of you guys know about DNR, do not resuscitate. She had that in her files, and they could not resuscitate her because of that. I was devastated. I wasn't prepared for it at all. But I wound up calling my pastors, and without question, without hesitation, they was there. Like, they was there. Me and my apostle was the first two there. And we walked to the back. And we saw her, and my apostle had began to pray to God, like, God, you be God, and if it's your will, bring life back into her body. And God's will was to just call her home. And I literally heard the voice of the Lord say, pray. And I did. I prayed a prayer. And my prayer was, God, I thank you for the time that you allowed me to be able to spend with your daughter, your child, your queen. Now, Father, allow her to rest in your arms. So it was basically God was allowing me to release her back to him. Where that come from, I wasn't, me personally, in my mind, I wasn't there. But I knew it had to be the script of God, because everything within me wanted to scream, wanted to yell, kick, whatever, just to let it go, let it out. But once I said that prayer and I released her back to God, it was more of a, I want to say a weight, but it was like something just lifted up off of me, and I was able to start processing some things. Everybody came, they saw her, and everybody was crying, sad that she's gone. But the whole time I was numb. Being honest. I was very transparent. I was numb. Like, I couldn't feel anything at the moment. I had people calling me. I had people coming up to me, and it was hard. It was hard. But even through that, God allowed me to heal the way he wanted me to heal. And that was very unusual, because I never seen nobody heal that way. God literally used me to minister to people, and I got my healing through ministering to other people. I got my healing through encouraging other people, praying for other people. I started receiving my healing. But little did I know that the healing that I was receiving was the healing that he wanted me to receive. But there was still a small part of healing that I wasn't receiving, even though I had my community around me, my brothers, my sisters, everybody around me. It was like that one piece that nobody could touch, and that is the intimacy of healing. See, when you hear the word intimacy, you probably think it's something different. It's that healing that late at night, there's no one to talk to. Late at night, your mind starts running and your feelings start just going all out of whack, that there's no one to talk to. But God set it up where the woman I'm married to now was my healing partner for the intimacy part. We started talking one night. She called me and she introduced me to herself, introduced herself to me because she was second in command over our outreach team. And at that time, I had just gotten off the phone with someone, and that person was trying to pull stuff from me, like they wanted so much from me, and I had nothing to give because I was empty myself. I kept giving out so much of myself that I emptied myself. And I didn't have time for God to refill me before that person called me. And then she called right behind that, and she said I snapped on her, but I don't remember me snapping on her. I just told her, hey, I have nothing left to give, And so at the time, she kind of came back at me. But we started talking, and she started praying with me. She would sit there on the phone. She would listen to me talk about my feelings about Yas and everything we went through for the 13 years of marriage. It was a lot that she listened to. And I knew it had to be God ordained to send her, because most females would sit on the phone and listen to another man talk about the deceased wife as much as I did with her. But even in that, I started receiving my healing. I started receiving this intimate side of the healing that I need. So everything that I need as far as healing was there. It was there. So that's why I say healing is very important. Very, very important. Because if you don't heal, you're no good to yourself and nobody else. You can't go and say, oh, I'm going to minister to this person, and you're broken. You're not ministering to them. You're bleeding on them. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to bleed on them. You want to heal. And even in the process of healing, you got people watching you. They're watching your strength. They're watching your integrity. They're watching how much it took for that to happen. You guys be encouraged. What's up, Lift the Words, Mr. Anderson? Peace.